Alright, so we're going to react to this Instagram video of Jamar Chase doing a variation of a deadlift utilizing a open trap bar. So let's go ahead and just play it. So not bad form. Clearly he's focusing on the concentric portion of the lift, and he's trying to move the weight as fast as he can. So not bad, not bad. So the lift itself is not why I want to react to it. It was honestly because of the comments. So let's open that up real quick. So one of the first comments, which a lot of people pointed out here, is this one right here where it says, "Due to the negative portion of the rep, you are cheating the process." So one, no, he's not cheating the process. So we're looking at one set and one exercise out of a whole entire program. So you're looking at a small window of an entire program. I can guarantee you earlier in that program he was doing the negative or focusing on the eccentric portion of the lift and just doing the deadlift like normal, up and down, holding the bar the entire time. However, as he is progressing, he is in this part of his program where the focus on this day of this lift is the concentric portion. So like I guess people just need to understand that in terms of strength and conditioning. I think a lot of people, when you think of lifting weights, it's all about hypertrophy and bodybuilding. That's not the case when you are playing a sport. That's not the 100% reason to be lifting weights. Is solely hypertrophy and how your muscle looks. All right, it has to perform a certain way, and that is a thing you can do to perform a certain way, is to focus on different parts of those lifts. Just an example as a progression that I would like to do is early in the program, I would actually focus on the eccentric portions. We know what the importance of the eccentric portion is for athletes, not just building muscle, but force production. So we would focus on the eccentric portion, maybe do 4 seconds, the next week 3 seconds, the next week 2 seconds. And it's a progression, and it's also a progression because as you're lowering the seconds, you're adding the weight. All right. And then the 4th week is usually like a deload week, but that's early on in the program. As we get a little further into the program, the latter part of the program, we are focusing on the concentric portion. We are maybe doing what Jamar Chase doing. Another way we can do it is add some bands to the deadlift. We can add some chains as well. That could, that helps as well. But the point I'm getting at is there's an entire program where I'm sure that he was doing a full exercise. However, this particular set on this day is not. So one of the next big comments was this one right here. It says, "Bro is 30. I was doing that in 8th grade." Basically saying the weight isn't very heavy, and there's like a whole bunch of other comments in there as well that mention how light the weight is. So as I mentioned, right, he's focused on the concentric part, and how he is focusing on it is trying to move that weight as fast as possible. So what you don't want to do is just load up the weight to your 1 rep max. Like anyone who has done a 1 rep max, that rep is very slow, and that is not something that you want to just try to move as fast as you can, because that is going to how you get injured. So if I was trying to move a weight as fast as I can, yes, I'm not doing my Roman max. I'm going a little bit lighter so I can keep that good form while I'm trying to move it as fast as I can. So those were the 2 big things I wanted to hit on. It's strength and conditioning is way different than bodybuilding. In terms of lifting weights, it is not just about hypertrophy, which bodybuilding pretty much is, right? There is a method to the madness on how an athlete does his programs, and this was posted about a week and a half maybe before he reported to training camp. So the way you're lifting in the off season is a certain way. You get to a certain point, you start transitioning to your preseason workouts, and then as you get to the regular season, you're transitioning into your in season workouts. And I would say this particular lift, how he's doing it right now before reporting to training camp, is pretty spot on with what a lot of people are going to be doing at the latter part of their off-season workouts. Because believe it or not, he is an elite athlete that the sport isn't weightlifting. So weightlifting is definitely the least of his concerns coming up now. Most of his physical activity now is going to be actually on that field playing football. But yeah, that's my reaction. That's why I wanted to do the reaction, because of the comments, just to kind of educate just a little bit on the difference between strength and conditioning and like bodybuilding and like all that good stuff.